Right, so today on Top 5 at 7, starting with national news happening around Nigeria. We have Nigeria rejects U.S. country of concern designation. The federal government has rejected the U.S. decision to list Nigeria as a country of concern, calling it unfair, misleading, and based on inaccurate information about the nation's security and religious freedom. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris said at a press conference in Abuja that the designation misrepresents Nigeria's internal security issues. He stressed that terrorism in Nigeria is driven by criminality, not religion, and affects both Christians and Muslims. Idris reaffirmed President Bola Tinubu's commitment to protecting all citizens, upholding freedom of religion.
All right, and moving to court, we have the court gives Nnamdi Kanu November 7th to defend terrorism charges. The Federal High Court in Abuja is again giving the Biafra Nation agitator Nnamdi Kanu to November 7th to defend the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. He waived his right to do so. This is as Kanu stood his ground in the open court on Wednesday that there was no valid terrorism charges against him and would offer no defense to the one against him. Justice James Omotosho, who offered Kanu another opportunity, said that he granted the fresh opportunity in the interest of justice to the defendant and to the nation. At Wednesday proceedings, when Kanu was called to open his defense, he faulted the charges, insisting that he had nothing to defend in respect of a repealed law.
Also, we have NDLEA recovers large consignments and arrests kingpin. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has alerted the Nigerian public about the circulation of dangerous illicit substances being falsely packaged and marketed to the public as medicinal cannabis. The public alert comes on the heels of credible intelligence, which led to the arrest of a 28-year-old drug kingpin, Afeez Salisu, also known as Malu, on Saturday, 1st November 2025, at his Akala Street of Umoru Street, Idioro, Mushin, Lagos enclave, from where he was packaging and distributing the fake medical cannabis in designer pouches and cups. A total of 16.4 kilograms of dangerous and synthetic strains of cannabis, including Colorado, Arizona, Canadian Loud, and Ghana Loud, packaged in designer pouches and cups labeled as medicinal cannabis, were recovered from his store.
And on to health, Lassa fever kills 176 cases, hit 955. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention on Wednesday said the Lassa fever death toll in Nigeria has risen to 176. The latest epidemiology report released by the NCDC stated as Epidemiological Week 43, 2025, the case fatality rate now stands at 18.4%, up from 16.6% recorded during the same period in 2024. According to the World Health Organization, Lassa fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic illness caused by the Lassa virus, a member of the arenavirus family of viruses.
And now to news around the world. We have at least 9 people killed after UPS cargo plane crashes in Kentucky. At least 9 people were killed when a UPS cargo plane crashed while taking off from an airport in Louisville, Kentucky on Tuesday evening, the state governor said. Earlier, Andy Beshear said that the plane's 3 crew members were likely among the dead after the freight plane exploded as it departed Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport at around 5:15 p.m. local time. At least 11 other people were injured when the plane crashed, sending thick plumes of black smoke into the air. Officials warned the survivors suffered very significant injuries in the incident, and they were still searching for other victims.
And finally, on international scene, we have the Democratic Abigail Aspenberger becomes Virginia's first female governor. Democrat Abigail has won the race for Virginia governor after a closely watched election, which her party hopes could signal a national trend. With almost all the votes counted, a former congresswoman and CIA officer has defeated the state Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Shears. Virginia's Democrats and Republicans, meaning the outcome might serve as a bellwether for the electorate mood going into next year's midterm elections. And that'll be all on our top 5 at 7 this morning.